Oh, Namaste everyone.
Janma mrityuddu sukha dukkha varjitam jati niti kula gotra duragam chet vivarta jagadasya karanam Tatsadahamasmiti maunamashraye. Tatsadahamasmiti maunamashraye. I am always without birth, without death, and I am without happiness or sorrow, and I am beyond the caste, creed, and family and lineage, and that upon which the whole universe is superimposed. I take shelter on Maunam or silence. I take always shelter on silence.
Where is it from?
This is from Vivek Chudamani, I think. No, it's not from Vivek Chudamani. One moment. Swatma Prakashika of Shankaracharya. Swatma Prakashika of Shankaracharya.
Okay, thank you. When someone says that we are that self which is infinite, and we are that self on which all this manifestation is existing, it looks impossible even to conceive it, isn't it? And the simple reason is because we think I am this body. Because of this reason only. If you give up this reason that I am the body, if this conviction is gone, this belief is gone, then this statement is reality and truth. We can live only in two modes, ego mode or presence mode. In ego mode, I am the body, I am the mind, I am an individual, I am a person interacting in this whole world, different situations. I do, I am a doer. And then I am the one who goes through fruits of my action, good or bad. I enjoy, I suffer. This entity in Vedanta is called as Jiva, the one who is living. I'm not sure what you will call this Jiva in English, maybe soul. Vedanta says that this Jiva is fake. It's an illusion. There is no person living in us. But all of us experience that we are that person living, what this Vedanta is talking about. This is everyone's daily experience. We don't feel that I am running this world, or I am whole of this cosmos, or I am that I am. We don't feel it. we don't experience it. Because we don't experience that in spite of intellectually knowing it, here the journey starts. Here the search begins. We put efforts into our practice to know whether it is just a statement or is that a reality. Ishvara, the creator, they say has 5 functions. Most of the people understand 3: generator, operator, destroyer. He creates, he sustains, and he finishes whatever it is. But there are 2 most important. One is creating this illusion, taking away this illusion. Making you as a soul, jiva, an entity in itself, and taking it away and telling you the truth or realizing the truth. If I am doing practice and I am putting efforts, then how come there is an Ishvara, some entity, that absolute, which can take away this illusion? Why we still give credit to that rather than the individual? Why we talk about grace? You know, in Bhagavan times, anyone who asked him that what is the core reason of someone's enlightenment, he always gave credit to grace. Always. Because if that absolute is not interested in you to reveal you the truth, whatever you do to know it, you cannot succeed. Though there is a method, though there is a way, but on this direct path of self-inquiry, knowing the truth, there can be obstacles. Obstacles in a sense that this illusory word has more attraction than knowing the self. That is the obstacle. Somehow that intense longing comes in me, which withdraws, pulls me out of all this illusory maya around me, is none other than grace. On this weekend, I met a friend who lives in US, and he moved there somewhere around 25 years ago. went there, got a job, got married, had two lovely daughters. But he could not go back to meet his parents until 2019. And then his mother passed away due to COVID in 2020. And I asked him, how is it possible when there are so many flights from US to India? He could have gone every year. And he said, just life takes you over it. When he came now, his daughter is 26 years of age. And he only went once. When we can forget someone from where you came in this virtual world, forgetting that which we have lost for so many births, you can understand. I understood how people don't remember that also. When they can't remember these things which are just happening in this life, Shankaracharya, whose shloka Neelakantan ji just recited, when he wanted to win a debate against that lady and took the body of a king who just recently passed away, he told his students to come and tell to me to come back and read this shloka. He prepared it. He said, you read this, you recite in my palace if I don't remember. This satsang is reciting in your ears what you are when you have completely forgotten, when you don't remember who you are. Then grace has brought you to a satsang to hear the truth and come back to the source. Here there is no other intention, agenda or anything. This is not about any religion, any other motive except to come back home. And this is what is grace. It doesn't matter who says, who speaks, but it matters who listens and who absorbs and who establishes himself or herself in heart again. Know the truth. Get rid of this veil of ignorance. This ignorance is also unending. Though in some cases it appears accidental, disappearance of ignorance, but that accidental appears to someone, but something in you has pulled. That is grace. So grace is definitely needed for all of us. And that is what is doing this all. They say for liberation, you need to have a human birth. Second is you should have longing to know. Third, you should find some teaching or a teacher. If these three things are met, then liberation is certain, definite. It has to happen. There is no choice now. Patience and perseverance is the key. Stay interested in that. Knowing how much a person is interested in that is so easy. You speak to anyone, any seeker, what they speak in 1 minute can tell you the truth. Where they stand, what are they interested in. We can deceive everyone in this world if we are too smart, if ego is too manipulative. But we cannot deceive that absolute, because he is sitting in our heart. He will reveal only when we are completely empty. When the mind is still and pure. When we are desireless for all objects and all beings and all situations, in both ways, attracted or repulsive. When we are pure witness to everything. Then we attain stillness. Then we attain mona, pure silence. Stillness is the substrata on which everything is manifesting. There is only one noise which we have to get rid of. That is the noise of the mind. Noise of all ongoing thoughts. Without thought, there is no word, no ego, no situation. In deep sleep, when there is no thought, there is nothing. In deep sleep, when there is nothing, someone can say, I am also not there. I don't know anything about pure self, of that silence, of that stillness. The reason is because that veil of ignorance is still there. One sheath is still there which is covering, which we call as Anandamaya Kosha. Sheath of bliss. As if the bliss is covered only by one sheath. In waking state, embracing the stillness. If you have a glimpse of this stillness, even for a fraction of a second, keep your attention there. Attention is the key. This attention on self, whether you know what self is, what stillness is, doesn't matter. Your intention to keep attention on self is enough. It will find its way. It will take you back home because it knows where it is, what it is, how it is. Even if you are blind, you have no clue. You hold with your deep faith to that. It's like groping in darkness. But when you enter this kingdom of God in your heart, it is all brightness. It is the light of all lights. They say to reach God, there are thousands of ways. In India, they say there are 840,000 gods and goddesses. I think this must be the population at some stage. So everyone is doing in their own way. This is what I believe it means. If you sit with anyone who has realized that absolute in their heart, and you write notes how they reached, what was the experience, what happened, what practices they did, even on the same path, there will be subtle differences. It's not that that person has chosen a specific way to reach, it just happens. Be aware of the awareness. Keep your attention on that only. Feelings, thoughts, sensations, all are external, all are superficial. Be unconcerned of that. Let them come and go. Soon all this will become a distant noise. You can't even make out whether there was a thought or not. What that thought was saying. It's not that thoughts disturb us. We want thoughts to disturb us. Some people might not agree with me. We only are not interested in thoughts which we don't like. Understand this truth. We still love thoughts. If you want to get rid of thoughts, then it is all or none. Not selecting some and getting rid of some other thoughts. To enter your heart, you have to live as a whole. Problem is when we are awake, when we are conscious of what is happening, thoughts are always there. So the word. And when these thoughts disappear, we are also in the sheath of ignorance and we don't know, in deep sleep. So out of the 3 cycles of mind, we don't realize self. In the waking state, you hold on to that silence of deep sleep where the word doesn't exist, no thought exists, nothing exists. That is still here when there is so much of noise. Tune yourself to listen to that. Grace will definitely help you. You just have to put your sincere efforts. Start witnessing everything from this impartial, neutral state, aware of everything. Initially, you might stumble, you might be watching things from the ego, but doesn't matter. With constant attention, you will start witnessing this ego also. I amness in me, mixed with body identity and thoughts, is called ego. The moment we start watching it, component of ego start disappearing. Impurity of I amness start dissolving. And that pure I am is left. And we attain that pure state, eternal state. This is the state which is unborn, always the same, without any afflictions, without any attributes, independent of this body-mind complex. Nothing can take it away from us. not even death, because it is deathless, and this is me. One day the body will be dead, and we can't speak or interact with other forms. In that state also awareness is the same. When you know you are eternal, there is no fear of anything. When you know that you are that energy in everything, then everything becomes me. So there is no other. And hence this pure love for everything. And this is what I was looking all my life. Even when I was full of desires, suddenly I am in that infinite pool of that happiness. So develops pure devotion to that absolute. In a way, it is a self-praise. Because somewhere in memory I know that I was not aware of it for some time. Now I know. And there is a big difference. So I become devotee of that. In devotion, in praise, it looks duality. If I am praising the Lord, it looks there are two. But there is no other way to praise. But it is all one. Give away all types of doubts on this path of attaining the self. Some people say, I have done this bad and this thing, how would I can be that? They have this feeling of being a sinner. If you are nothing, then how can you be a sinner? It's all in your dream, in your illusion, you think you are a doer. The moment you realize you don't even exist like that, It is like a ghost. Ego is fake. It is only your belief. We all are always free. Bondage is an illusion. Get rid of this illusion, that's all. Keep your attention on pure stillness in your heart. Meditate only on self. And remember, only self can meditate on self. Here there is no object and subject. unwavering attention to self. In all situations, in all times. Soon the effort drops and we are naturally established in it. When we say naturally established in it, we are already that. But the pull of egoistic tendencies keeps bringing us out of it. That is completely gone. So it is a process. Allow the silence of heart, silences mind and everything which is untrue. Only the truth stays and is revealed in everyone's heart. When this stillness is felt in our heart, it blesses the body, blesses the surrounding. Everything is blessed by this stillness. You become the transmitter of that purity, which detoxify the whole environment around you. And we don't know what is reach of this purity, because from where it speaks, that is infinite. No one can claim I am the only that, because everything is that. Some know and some don't know. If I tell you that you are that and you are contented and happy with that, then there is no problem. But then mind comes, creates doubt. Give up your relationship with mind. Be always with self. And all doubts will disappear. Only supreme bliss. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.